back to Hootie. Peace and greatness. What's up, the greatest period? For those who do not know, my name is Milagro, the greatest period. I see my universe as a reflection of myself, of thyself. So since I see myself as the greatest period, I see my universe. I see you all that's watching this or not watching this as the greatest period. I'm affecting you all spiritually just like y'all affecting me spiritually also, depending on our vibrations. Today's date is October 5th, 2018. Man, I'm up in here in New York City, Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy. They showing nothing but love. Love everywhere. It's love everywhere out here, man. All races, all people, everybody's beautiful. Today's topic is renew self-image and definition. This is a pretty deep topic right here, because in order for us to thrive in life, we have to know thyself. If we do not know who we are, we will forever be lost. We'll forever be struggling, trying to attain money, trying to do everything. What's up, brother?
What's up, my brother?
How everything going?
Blessing, how it
Blessing. Everything is great, man.
Where you at now? Still there?
Yeah, I'm still there, but I'm making money with dancing, so I'm about to get a room real soon. Yeah, man, so everything is taking off.
So what I'm saying is, have you went to my casting show?
Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I had a brother, he was dropping some wisdom and jewels for me. I'm telling him, he was telling me one thing that is something very profound. He said that in order for our condition to change, we have to change our heart. We have to change our soul, because by changing our soul, by how we perceive our world, is how our conditions, the environment would change also. It's a beautiful thing. But let me get back into what I was talking about. A renewed self-image and definition. Yes. Sorry, I'm running. We have to change our self-definition and self-image within. Because if we do not know who self is, if we do not know who we are, then the rest of our world is going to be, as we move along this journey, it's going to be harder and harder, because it's like we're fighting against ourselves. So it's so funny. Lately, so I am spiritual, but more than spiritual. I am this divine being that is operating through this body. So I am spiritual. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm spiritual. I'm free spirited. That's a perception of me, but I'm more than that, because I cannot be contained. Even being spiritual is being contained. Hold on. Even being spiritual is a containment, because I cannot be labeled anything. But being spirited is like wind. It cannot be contained. You can't hold wind. But lately, I have been looking at a spiritual perspective. I have been attracting a lot of flies. And I've been trying to figure out why have I been attracting a lot of flies? And this morning, a friend of mine came and said, man, are you dying? He said, there's a lot of flies around you. And that right there triggered me. Okay, let me Google some shit. Let me see what's the spiritual reason behind flies. And from the little research that I have done, which made clarity, because flies usually hang around things that are dying or dead already. And I realized that I have old wounds that needs to be healed. So that's why I'm attracting all these things. So I realized that that I need to heal. I need to know thyself. I need to know who I am. So I realized that growing up, I had a lot of hurtful, painful experiences. I didn't know who I was. I allowed people to tell me what they think is best for me. I'm blogging about all this, but I realize this is very important because once we know who we are, once we know thyself, once we know self is when we are conscious self-masters of our world of the universe. You know, then we can sit here and determine, oh, that's true, oh, that's not true. Okay, that's kind of true, but they're missing some shit there too. So everything ties around. You know, for example, I've been reading this book called Endless Light. And, you know, the Jews feel like they are the chosen people. Am I going to jump into that subject? No. But I'm going to throw out this one word. This one word is called kashar or kashar. And that's their true identity. Kashar. K-H-A-S-A-Z. Oh, I know I'm not getting that spelling right. But y'all would get it. Y'all would get it. K-H-A-S-Z-A-R, Kashar. That's their true identity. But, you know, whatever. But see, the world has been fooled by thinking that a certain race, a group of people runs this world. They feel that they are the chosen ones. And as we look at the world today, it's pretty much run by the white man. I have nothing against the white man, but apparently the white man is not doing what the white man needs to do. So it needs to be ruled by the ones that establish civilization. But we'll talk about that later. That's another subject. We're going back to know thyself. So renew self-image and definition. So I realize that I have old wounds that are healing. So I'm attracting flies into my experience. They're attracted. I always wonder, why the hell am I attracting all these flies? And I realize I have old wounds within me and they can sense that. So they're telling me that, all right, bro, it's time for you to heal. It's time for you to renew your self-image. See, I was brought up not having a purpose in life. I'm sorry, I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. It's been a lot of trucks and ambulance roaming around. If y'all can hear me good, if not, oh well. But I didn't have a purpose in life. So I allow others to tell me what they think my purpose is in life. You know, I wasn't able to think for myself. I wasn't able to make choices and decisions, which is very important in our lives. But I'm talking from my perspective that I wasn't able to make choices and decisions which affected me throughout my whole life experience because I allowed other people to make choices and decisions for me, which I didn't have a sense of individuality. I didn't have a sense of self. We all are the same, but we're all are different also. And since I wasn't able to express my individuality, I was always lacking something. I always felt alone. I always felt that I needed something else. So as I started to grow up, I started to want to do things like everybody else did. Have sex, drink, smoke. I didn't want to do cigarettes and shit, smoke weed and shit. And I realized that still wasn't making me happy. So I have to find happiness. I have to find what makes me happy. So I had to go in there and create happiness for myself. But to go deeper, I have to know thyself. Coming from ancient Egypt, ancient melanin, it's a thing called Tree of Life. And the Tree of Life have 11 structures that define man. And I'm still learning about what man is because every time I think about man, I'm thinking about melanin man. But I think the ancient Egyptians was talking about or expressing about man as know thyself, know who you are. So I think that's what they're trying to say is to know thyself, because there's different levels of man. There's men that's not conscious of what they're doing. There's men that they are conscious of what they're doing. There's men that is conscious of what they're doing, but their unconscious behavior and thoughts and feelings and emotions are determining their experience, and that there's a level of man that whatever man thinks and speak manifests as a true God. There's different levels. I'm still learning, but pretty much I got the concept down. So pretty much eventually I will be able to think, well, it's already happening. I'm able to think and see it manifest. That's so fucking awesome. To think and see your shit manifest, that shit is mind fucking blowing. But we have to know thyself. So I realized that I'm going back in, I'm renewing, I'm renewing myself. I'm renewing the definitions, the image that I have about myself, thyself, and coming out to be a different being. There's a concept that they say that we're human beings, but from ancient Egyptians, they say that we're divine beings. So it's a difference between being a human and a divine being. Because if you're divine, that means that you don't look at life in a limited way. You look at life as, okay, I'm the master, I'm the creator of my life experience. So I don't consider myself a human being, I consider myself a divine being. Divine. Man, it's just so much that's going on. I'm throwing that in what I'm speaking about is what I already put on my blog. I already expressed it on my blog. So this is just to let people know who's ready for this knowledge, who's ready for this wisdom, to go out there and do the research, go out there and renew themselves. There's one thing that I kind of be fearful of to tell people, that I know that I am Milagro, the greatest period. And that's something, a renewed self-image definition that I know, that I seek myself to become, to be, to have. That I am Milagro, the greatest period. That's my renewed self-image and definition. Renew. And I would definitely, as I get better and better, as I evolve and grow and become something more, and remember, because I already know, but I have to remember, I guess this is a part of the spiritual journey, to remember the greatness that's within me, the divine that's within me, and come back into this world and express it. Yes, express it. So this is what's going on. I love you all. I'm definitely getting better, and as I'm growing and maturing, I will be able to express myself better. Ma'at Tahuti. Peace and greatness.